Okay, so in today's class, we are going to discuss about the relational algebra in relational data model of DBMS. As you know, the relational data model, uh, in this data model, we represent our data in the form of table. Okay, so when we talk about the table, what are the operation we can perform over the table? You can write in chat, or you can unmute your mic and speak. What are the operation we can apply over the table or in the table? As you know, the relational data model is the model in which we store our data in the form of table. There is a row, there is a column. Okay, so what are the operation we can apply in this table? Please write in chat, or you can unmute your mic and speak. No, it is no. Anything about what are the operation we can perform in a table? Suppose this is one table. Give one name, student. Student in one relation, and there is several attribute like roll number, name, and age. Okay. So what are the operation we can perform? Enter record into a relation, or enter record in your table means insert. You can delete student record from your relation. Okay. You can update record in your table. Are you getting my point? Please reply. If I ask anything to you, please reply in any way. Unmute your mic or write in chat. Okay. Or you can add column in your table. Course registered means add column in your table. Okay. Or you can set the domain for the column. Means you can set the domain of the roll number is this. Okay. Or you can retrieve the record from relation. Retrieved record of the relation. Okay. So these kind of operation you can apply over the relation. Okay, is it clear? Am I clear? So all these operation we talk about in a table, all these operation of the relational algebra operation. So let's see one by one what are the operations we can apply over the relation. Okay, so relational algebra is the basic set of operation for the relational model, relational data model. Okay, so what are the operation? We can categorize this operation into two: retrieval operation and update operation. Update operation means you are updating your relation, like inserting record in your relation, deleting record from your relation, modifying record in your relation, adding more column in your relation, removing column from your relation, set domain of your relation. Okay, these operation are the update operation in relational algebra, and the several other operations are retrieval operation. How we can retrieve the information from our relation. Okay, so first we will discuss about the retrieval operation, then we will see the update operation of the relational data model. Okay, so these operation enable the retrieval operation. These operation enable user to specify the basic retrieval request. Means what are the data? What are the information which is requested by the user, or in the form of queries. Okay. So when we apply the operation, there is one the result of operation is a new relation which may have been formed from one or more input relation. What is the meaning of this line is here? We have given one relation and we are applying the operation, and we are getting a new relation. So this is the input relation, and we are applying the operation on this input relation and getting one output relation. Okay. So this output relation is a new relation we are getting from this input relation after applying this operation. So let's start the retrieve from the retrieval operation. These are the some basic operation of the relational algebra: select, project, union, set difference, Cartesian product, and rename operator. Okay. These operators take one or two relation as input and give a new relation as a result. Means you can apply this operation over one relation or two relation, and you will get one resultant relation. Okay. We start with the first operator, which is select operation. The select operation is used to select a set of tuples from your relation based on some condition. The condition is a selection condition on which we are selecting a set of tuples or record. Okay. This select operation be represent denoted as sigma. Okay. Means the selection condition is act as a filter. We are applying some filter and getting the filtered tuples, and they keep only those tuples that satisfy this condition. We are passing one condition, and based on this condition, we are getting the tuples. Okay, and those tuples which are passing this condition, we will get those attribute only, and those those tuples which is not satisfy the condition, we filter out. Means we reject those tuple. Okay. If it is not clear, let's see the one example. Select the employee tuples, or select the employee details whose department number is 4. Suppose we have a table and we want to the employee details who is working for working in department number 4. So in this way we will write our queries. First, write your relation in which you are applying this operator sigma. We are applying this operator sigma on employee relation, and this is the condition, selection condition, where department number equals to 4. When this attribute department number value is equals to 4, those attribute only it will return. Let's see. Here, as you can see on your screen, there is one relation employee. This is relation employee, and it's these 4 attribute: employee ID, name, salary, and department number. And we are applying, we are passing this query on employee relation, and where our condition or selection condition is where department number equals to 4. Okay, so it will check for this attribute department number. As you can see, it's in our selection condition, and in these attribute, which tuple satisfying this condition. As you can see, equals to 4. This is not equals to 2, is not equals to 4, 2 is not equals to 4, and what 4 equals to 4. So this condition is satisfied. So this tuple which is satisfying your condition, it will return, and the other tuple or other record which is not satisfying, it will reject it. So as you can see, the resultant relation will give you only one this tuple or this record which is satisfying your condition where department number equals to 4. So this Sumit employee is working in department number 4. It is giving you these result. Okay, is it clear? Here, as you can see, the second example: select the employee tuple whose salary is greater than 30,000. So we have one condition where salary attribute must be greater than 30,000. Means we want to the record of employees whose salary is greater than 30,000. So how we can write these queries using the select operator? Just write your relation name. Like as you can see, we are applying this uh, operator on this relation employee, and here we will mention our condition which where salary must be greater than 30,000, and we use this sigma operator. So let's see, this is the employee relation, and over this employee relation we are passing our condition salary is 30,000. So you will this salary attribute will match, and let's see which values is satisfying this condition. 20,000 is not greater than 30,000, so it will reject this tuple will reject, the whole tuple will reject. And here 60,000 greater than 30,000, it will satisfying my condition, so it will accept it. And again 50,000 is greater than 30,000, so it will accept it. So these two tuple it will give you in the resultant relation. Okay, so as you can see, this Amit and Sumit salary is greater than 30,000. Okay, so it will give me this relation as output. Okay, this is my input relation in which we are passing our condition, and this is our resultant relation or output relation after satisfying this condition. Okay, so let's see what is the general form of the this sigma operator or the select operator. First you will mention the input relation in which you are applying this relation. Okay, then in subscript you will write the selection criteria or the condition on which condition you are filtering your records. Okay, and before it you will mention our operator, select operator. Okay, in this selection criteria there is a one condition or two condition or more than one condition. You combine these condition using this or and operator. Okay, remember, if you are applying more than two condition in a one selection condition, you can combine these condition using this operator and or and. Okay, and these are the operator you can use in this condition: less than, equals to, not equals to, greater than, equals to, or greater than. Okay, these are the operator we can use in our selection condition. So if it is clear, then see the properties of this select operation. The first property, as you can see, it's a unary in nature. This operator is unary. Unary operator are the operator which operate on only one operand. Means the operand there is only one operand. Okay, so select is always operate on only one relation. You can operate you can apply this operation only on one relation at a time. Okay, so that's why we are calling it a unary in nature. Second, when you apply this operator over one relation and you get one resultant relation, so the resultant relation schema or the structure or the or the degree of the relation will be same. Means what is the degree of your input relation as same as the degree of output relation. If you remember, the degree is degree of the relation means the number of attribute. Okay, so the second point says that the degree of input relation, the degree of output relation will be equal to the degree of input relation. Means what is the structure of your input relation you are passing is the same as you will get the output relation structure. Okay, see the previous slide. You can see here, these are input relation and the degree of relation is 4, and the output relation, as you can see, the degree of 4. With the structure of your relation, is the same as the output of the relation. Okay. The second property is the degree of relation will be the same as the input of the relation. Okay. And its select operator is a commutative in nature. Commutative operator means you can apply in any order, you will get the same result. Like you are applying condition 1 first, then condition 2. If you apply the condition 2 first, then condition 1, the resultant relation will be the same. Okay. Are you getting my point? Commutative in nature, if we say this select operator is a commutative in nature, means in any order you apply the sequence of condition, you will get the same result. Okay, I will clear this point in the next slide. Okay, so the next property of this select operator is the number of record in your output relation will be the less than equals to the number of record in your input relation. Means what the degree cardinality of your output relation will be less than equals to degree of input relation. Can anybody explain me this point? Unmute your mic and please tell me, or please explain me what this property says. Or let me ask you by the name. Himanshu Kumar. Himanshu? Himanshu? Komal Parikh?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain me this property of select operator?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
सर जब हम कंडीशन अप्लाई करेंगे उसमें, तो फिर सर वो इनपुट जो होगी वो उससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं हो सकती, इसलिए कम ही होगी, क्योंकि अगर वो कंडीशन अप्लाई नहीं करेगी तो वो टपल जो है सर वो रिड्यूस हो जाएगा।
गुड।
तो सर वो कम तो हो सकती है, लेकिन वो इक्वल भी हो सकती है अगर वो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई हुई
हाँ।
तो, या फिर अगर नहीं हुई तो वो रिड्यूस हो सकती है, इंक्रीज नहीं हो सकती।
Okay, good, Kumar. So this property says that the cardinality of your output relation always will be less than equals to the cardinality of input relation. Means whenever you apply any condition over the relation, the chance there's a chance you will reduce your tuples, or reduce your record which is not satisfying your condition. So there is a chance all the record satisfy your condition. So in this case you will get the cardinality of equals to the input relation. If there is a several attribute rejected when it's not satisfying the condition, the number of tuple you will get is reduced, less number of the input relation. As you can see, in this case there is a cardinality of this relation is 3, and both the output of this select operator is the cardinality is less. As you can see, is 2 and here is a 1. Okay, it cannot be increased. Okay. Let's see one more example. There's some, just consider there's one relation R, and there's a 4 attribute A, B, C, D, and these are the number of tuple of this relation, and we applying these condition with these selection criteria over this relation. What is our condition? This is our input relation, which is R, and this is our selection condition. The first condition, always we read our queries from right to left. Okay, first your input relation, then the first condition is where D, the value of attribute D must be greater than 5. So go to a D attribute and check which tuple is satisfying this condition. 7 is greater than 5, true. 7 is greater than 5, true. 3 is not greater than 5, it will false or it will filter out. And 10 is, as you can see, again greater than 5. So these three tuple we have been selected by this condition. And the next, as you can see, this is a AND condition. So we will check one more condition where the value of attribute A must be equals to the value of attribute B. Okay. So alpha is equals to alpha. So this condition satisfy. Alpha not equals to beta. So this tuple we will reject. And this tuple is we have already rejected. So we will not check the condition for this tuple. As you can see in the first criteria we have rejected. Okay, this tuple. And the next, is it equal? So we will consider. So only these two tuple are selecting these two condition. Okay. So this is our resultant tuple. As you can see in this resultant relation or output relation, you will get these tuple only, these two tuple only. Okay. Am I clear? If it is clear, you can unmute your mic and speak, or please write in chat.
Yes, sir, you are clear.
Okay. So my next question to you: if I change this condition, this replace AND by OR, then what will be the resultant relation? Question is clear. I'm just replacing this AND operator with OR operator. Now what will be the resultant relation?
So the table,
What?
the whole,
The whole table.
it
Yes.
will be equal to input.
Okay. Good, Sivan. So as you match the first condition and what are the tuple you have cleared the criteria, you will select for the output relation and check the second condition as well, and what are the tuple satisfying your condition, and add all those attribute as all those tuple in as well in your that output result. So when we apply this condition, all these four tuple is satisfying your condition. Okay. The next operator, the relational algebra, is a project operation or the project operator. As you can see in the select operator, we are applying our condition row wise. Means on each tuple we are applying our condition. Okay. One by one means we are applying our condition on each record, one by one. Okay. And the next operator, project operator, in this operator we apply a condition, not condition, we have mentioned that list of attribute we are selecting for the output result, output relation. Okay. So first this project operator is denoted as pi, the symbol pi, and this operation keeps certain columns or attribute from a relation and discard the other columns. Okay. In the select operator, we are selecting or the filtering out those record which is not satisfying your condition. Now we will filter out those columns, or we will remove those column which is not which we not want for our output relation. Okay. So here it's create a vertical partitioning. Okay. The list of specifying column or attributes kept in each of each tuple, and the other attribute in each tuple are discarded. Okay. This is the general form. This is the in this form we apply our project operator. We mention your relation name, where here is the employee, and the list of attribute which you want for your output relation in your output relation. Okay, here is going to list the employee's name and salary. You just want there's an employee relation. In this employee relation there's several attributes, and we want only name and salary. Out of all those attribute, we want only these two attribute in our output relation. So we will mention there those attribute name here in subscript. Okay, so to list the employee's name and salary, the following is used: employee your relation name and the list of attribute. Okay, so see the example and it will more clear to you. Here, as you can see, this is a one relation name employee. This is one employee relation, and as you can see, there is a four attribute: employee ID, name, salary, and department. Out of these four attribute, we want only name and salary as in our resultant relation. Okay, so what the attribute we will not selected or we are not selecting, we will just remove it or discard it, or we will give only those attribute which we have mentioned for the our output relation. So these attribute name and salary will be just in our output relation. As you can see here, name and salary is the in our output relation, and these are the record and comes under these two attributes: Rohit, Amit, and Sumit, and their salary 20,000, 60,000, 50,000 respectively. Is it clear? So as you can see, we apply select operator on our record or tuple, and our project operator we apply over the columns. Okay, you can say select operator we applying on the horizontally, and project operator is vertically. So see the general form in which you can write the project operator, write your relation name, which is what is the name of input relation, and the list of attribute we are going to select of this relation R, and mention the pi. Pi is symbol we use to represent the project operation, and list of attributes desired to list of the attribute from the relation R. And this is the one important point: it removes duplicates. If there is an output relation, two record having the same value, it will remove those record. Okay, because if you remember the definition of relation is a set of tuple or set of records. When we talk about the set, there is no duplicate allowed. Okay, so see the example here. As you can see, there is one relation R, and there are three attribute of this relation R, A, B, C, and these are the record of this relation, four records, and we apply this project operator on this relation R and retrieving only attribute A and C. So it will give you the A and C attribute only as a output or resultant relation, and these are the value it will copy in your resultant relation. Okay, as you can see here, this four attribute. But if you see this record of this relation, resultant relation or output relation, these two tuple having the same value, alpha A and alpha A. When two tuples having the same value, it will remove the duplicate values. Okay, so it will discard one values and mention only copy only one value in your resultant relation. And as you can see, these are the unique. These three tuples are the unique, so only those tuple will be in your resultant relation. Okay, it will automatically remove duplicate. Go back and see this example. If just consider at the place of this employee, third employee name, just consider this Amit. Let's add one more record in relation, you just think about many employee ID and like Atul and sorry, not Atul. Let's consider Sumit, Rohit, and salary is 20,000. Just consider and some employee ID. One employee ID 4352344. Just consider, and it's working in department number 3. Just consider. Now, when you apply the project operator on this relation and retrieving the name and salary of the employee, it will give you this Rohit and 20,000. So after applying this project operator, as you can see, this in this resultant relation, there is a 2 record having the same value, this record and this record. So in this case, it will remove one record, and it will means it is removing duplication in your output relation. It will give you only these 3 record only. It will remove this duplication. So what are the property of this project operator? The number of tuple in resultant the result of after applying this project operator is always less than or equal to the number of tuple in R. Is it why it's a less? Because it will remove the duplicate. Okay. If when you retrieving attribute and the attribute which you are retrieving is a key, then in this case the number of record will be equal to the number of input relation, because we talk the key has the properties uniqueness, means all the values in that attribute is unique. When it is unique, there is no duplication, means you will retrieve all the record of that relation, means the cardinality of that relation input cardinality of output relation will be the cardinality of input relation. And the second property is project is not a commutative. It's obvious because suppose in this case, let's see, we are applying project operator in the relation R, and we have given the list of attribute. Okay, here in the left hand side we have relation R and give the list of attribute R2, list of L2, and out of this we are retrieving L1. So in this case, this value will not equals. Even it's not valid if this L1 is not a subset of this. Sorry, this L1 is not a substring of list 2. Okay. So project is not commutative, means you are retrieving if you change the order of list of attribute when we apply 2 times or 3 times project operator, the resultant will be different. The result will be different. Even in many cases, it's not even valid. Okay, until this L1 is not a substring of this list 2. Let's see one example. This selection project operator. There is one table person. In this person table, there is 4 columns, and these are the some 4 records in this relation. And we are applying these queries or the algebraic queries. Person is a relation name, and out of this we have passed one condition. This condition is in subscript. Okay, so hobby equals to stamps. So it will match. It will go first to the attribute name where is the hobby. As you can see, this hobby, and next it will check the value. What attribute, what record having the same value? Same value is stamp equals to stamp. Stamp, it is not stamp. It's not a stamp. It's not stamp. So these 2 record it will retrieve. Okay, it will give you these 2 record only and filter out these 2 record which is not satisfying your condition. So this will be your resultant relation. And here we are applying project operation. In the project operation, we will just mention the list of attribute in which we are interested. Okay, what we are projecting. Okay, so person is your input relation. Name and hobby. Name and hobby are the only 2 attribute which we are in which we are interested. Okay, so it will give you name and hobby of the name of the hobby of the attribute of the person we will retrieve. Okay, so this is your resultant relation after applying this project operator.